Why most people feel stuck and how Stoicism fixes that. Most people today feel defeated, not because they aren't smart or talented, but because they're mentally weak. We scroll on our phones, compare ourselves to others, and feel envious. Then we wonder why we feel stuck or lost. We chase comfort but still feel tired. We avoid pain but suffer anyway. Here's the hard truth. Comfort is slowly killing us. Struggle is painful, but it's also where real strength comes from. The ancient Stoics understood this thousands of years ago, long before phones and social media existed. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's not just a nice quote, it's a tool for living. Stoicism doesn't make life easier, it makes you stronger and harder to break. Here are 8 tough Stoic lessons that can help you grow mentally and emotionally. 1. Treat discomfort like a friend. We're taught to avoid pain, but Stoics did the opposite. They walked toward it. Think about it. Your biggest growth never happened when life was easy. It happened when things got hard and you had to choose to rise up or stay broken. Marcus Aurelius lived through wars and betrayal, but still stayed calm. He said, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Every obstacle is a chance to get stronger. Every hard moment teaches you something. Seneca, another Stoic, used to sleep on the floor and eat plain food on purpose, not to punish himself, but to train himself. That way, when life took away his comfort, he wasn't shocked. Discomfort isn't your enemy. It's a mirror showing you who you really are. Try one small, uncomfortable thing today. A cold shower, a hard conversation, sitting with boredom. This is how you build inner strength. 2. Don't let your emotions control you. How often does one rude comment ruin your whole day? Someone says something, and you feel angry for hours. That means you've given that person control over your mood. Epictetus, who used to be a slave before becoming a Stoic teacher, said, "Anyone who makes you angry only succeeds because you allow it." Think about that. When someone cuts you off in traffic, you're the one giving away your peace. Stoicism doesn't ask you to ignore your feelings. It teaches you to notice them, understand them, then choose how to respond instead of just reacting. Marcus Aurelius wrote that pain doesn't come from things themselves. It comes from how we judge them. And that judgment is something we control. Next time you feel triggered, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is reacting right now actually helpful? That's not being robotic. That's being in control. 3. Stop expecting life to be fair. One of the fastest ways to suffer is expecting fairness. You work hard, but someone else gets the promotion. You love someone fully, and they leave anyway. Then you feel furious. This isn't fair. But here's the truth. Fairness isn't a rule of the universe. It's just an idea we made up. The Stoics never expected life to be kind. They expected pain and loss. Because they expected it, they were ready for it. This doesn't mean becoming cold-hearted. It means you stop waiting for the world to treat you right, and instead focus on treating yourself right no matter what happens. You can't control how life treats you, but you can always control how you respond. That response is what makes you strong. 4. Focus only on what you can control. Stoics believed your real power exists in one small space: your thoughts, choices, and actions. Everything else, other people's opinions, the future, random events, let it go. Epictetus said, "Use what's in your control well and accept everything else as it happens." Most people waste energy trying to control things they can't, like other people's opinions or the economy. That's what makes them anxious. You can't control the weather, but you can control your clothes. You can't control if people like you, but you can control how you treat them. Next time you're stressed, ask, can I actually control this? If yes, take action. If no, let it go. 5. Practice voluntary hardship to build mental strength. In a world obsessed with comfort, choosing discipline is a superpower. The Stoics challenged themselves on purpose, not to suffer, but to prepare. Seneca wrote about deliberately living simply for a few days, plain food, rough clothes, and asking yourself, is this really what I was so afraid of? This is voluntary hardship, choosing discomfort on purpose so you don't break when real hardship comes. Most people avoid every form of discomfort, so when hard times hit, they panic. Stoics already practiced hunger, fatigue, and rejection, so they're ready. Try fasting for a day, taking a cold shower, or skipping a luxury you can afford. These small choices build real strength over time. 6. Stop obsessing over results. Love the process instead. We're taught to chase results: the job, the money, the win. But Stoicism says focus on your effort instead, since results are never fully in your control. Epictetus said freedom comes from letting go of things outside your control. When you only care about results, you suffer constantly. Quitting the gym after a week because you don't see abs yet, feeling worthless after a project fails. Instead, fall in love with the work itself, the practicing, the building, the learning. Funny enough, when you stop desperately needing a certain outcome, you usually perform better because you're not driven by fear or desperation anymore. 7. Remember death. It will give you urgency. Most people live like they have unlimited time. They delay their dreams and stay in bad situations. But Stoics regularly thought about death, not to feel sad, but to wake up and live fully. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that guide what you do, say, and think. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to free you. Life is short, and every wasted moment is gone forever." Seneca said, "We don't have a short life. We just waste a lot of it." You can't control how long you live, but you control how deeply you live. Stop telling yourself, "I'll do it later." Forgive that person now. Start that thing you keep avoiding. This is your only moment. 8. Live for your values, not for approval. Most people live for likes and praise, but Stoics live by their own principles instead, even when nobody's watching. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just do the right thing. Nothing else matters." It's often easier to lie than tell the truth, easier to impress people than be real. But every time you choose what's right over what's easy, you build an identity nobody can take away from you. Seneca said he tried to live as if the whole world could see his actions and read his thoughts. That's real integrity. It doesn't collapse under pressure because it's built on something solid inside you, the bigger point. If you've made it this far, something in you is ready to grow, not toward perfection, but toward real inner strength. The Stoic path doesn't promise an easy life. It promises clarity and direction, even when everything around you feels chaotic. You don't need the perfect moment to start. Just begin now. Train your mind. Expect difficulty. Stop chasing results. Hold on to your values, and remember that your time is limited. You don't need anyone's approval to walk this path, and that's exactly what makes it powerful.